Okay, so the session is Okay, so good evening and assalamu alaikum everyone. And this is Midat from Dawood. This is Midat from Dawood University, your host for today's session, and this is on cybersecurity. So for starters, that we all know from the Google research, that is, cybersecurity is the protection of computer systems and networks from information disclosure, theft of or damage to their hardware, software, electronic data. So it basically aims to reduce the risk of cyber attacks that are really common in this day and age and protect against the unauthorized exploitations of systems, networks, and technologies. So basically, our session will be divided into three sections that are introduction to cybersecurity, cybersecurity in Pakistan, and the student-related questions we'll cover in this section. And then lastly, we'll talk about its future. And to guide us more about on this topic, we have two really experienced guests. Then the guest one is the manager in a UK-based fintech Idenfo and has more than 5 years of experience in this information security field. And our guest two is the master's in information security and has also more than 3 years of experience in this field. So now I welcome Ms. Misbah Zaidi and Ms. Khola Karim. I hope I pronounced your names correct. And thank you for joining us today. And before beginning the session, please start introducing yourselves. So first, Ms. Misbah, you can go on.
Okay, thank you, Madar, for a really nice welcome. Hello, everyone. I am Misbah. I'm Misbah Fatima, and basically, I'm an information security professional. You can say enthusiast, but that's not my bio. I have 5 years of like she said, I have 5 years of experience in cybersecurity domain, actually in different cybersecurity domains and different industries. Like I have worked in FMCGs, I have worked in government organizations, banking sectors. I have done some consultancy as a service as well. And now I'm working with a UK-based fintech, and it's basically a startup. I'm very excited to be a part of it. It's called Idenfo. And beside this, I have different communities like SheSAC, which is co-founded by Khala Kareem, and different other cybersecurity communities. We had Purple. So yeah, that's me. To you, Khala. Thank you.
So now, Ms. Khawla.
Thank you for the kind introduction, Midhat. Well, I have been in the field of information security for more than 3 years. I've worked on different domains. I've worked on firewalls and network side. I am currently working at the application security side. So other than this, I am actually doing my master. It's not completed yet. And I have founded this organization called SheSec Pakistan, which is working for women empowerment in the domain of cybersecurity. So at SheSec, we are giving different kind of trainings. We are giving different kind of career counseling to women who are trying to get into the field of cybersecurity or who are already there and were trying to find their path or trying to find what domain is suitable for them. So that's a brief introduction. Thank you.
That's really great. You two are really indeed experienced. So let's move on to our section one, introduction to cybersecurity. Question one is really basic. What is cybersecurity? So guest one can go on.
Okay. So basically, when we talk about cybersecurity, like we get it from the name, we want to secure the cyberspace. We want to secure everything that is important to us, which is our asset. We call it asset. We want to secure it. We want to protect it. Protect it from what? We want to protect it from unauthorized access, malicious links, different malwares, different cyber attacks. So it is the protocols, it is the measures that we take, the policies we develop, the actions we take in an organization, or just ourselves as humans, to protect what is important to us on
Right.
digital space. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So, Ms. Khala?
Yeah, adding to what Misbah said, well, there's this specific term that we use, which is CIA triad. So CIA triad is basically the basics of what cybersecurity is about. So cybersecurity, breaking that, is securing the cyberspace on the basis of CIA triad. So CIA triad is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So you need to ensure that your information, confidential information, you need to ensure its availability and its integrity. So that basically explains what exactly cybersecurity is about. So other than this, then we go for the procedures that we need, the technologies that we need, and the ways we can secure the cyberspace. So it's basically around the CIA triad.
Oh, okay. So, question two is, what are the applications of cybersecurity? So, Ms. Misbah, you can go on.
So cyber security is applicable whenever you are on the internet, whenever you are starting a business. For example, you are starting a business and you develop a website. Cybersecurity is applicable there. So it's applicable when you are digital. So I'm talking about cyber security.
Yeah.
So when you are
Okay.
digital, when you are on the web, cybersecurity is automatically applicable on it. Okay.
So, like we're online right now, and anybody can have access.
Yeah, so we have implemented some sort of security configurations here. Already, StreamYard would have implemented some security controls to make
Right.
sure this won't go wrong. Okay.
Oh, thank
So,
God.
yeah.
Okay, so other question is, what is the importance of cybersecurity? Why is it important, Ms. Khawla?
Basically, cybersecurity is something that is in consideration of digitization of everything that we are doing. So because of COVID, we have seen how rapidly things are digitizing. So cybersecurity's implementation or its important is regarding that. What we consider here is we have to protect the data. We have to protect, we have to limit the access to the data assets, and it should be available for the right audience, but it should not be available for the wrong audience. So we have to even ensure that it is available for the right audience. So that's what it is about.
Oh, sounds hard. So question four is, what is the difference in between? Because I know you're both from information security, right? So what is the difference between information security and cyber security?
Yeah, so I was very emphasizing on cyber. That was the reason. So when I say
Okay.
cyber space, cyber security, it means you're securing the cyberspace. Now, information security is you are not only limited to your digital assets. You're also trying to secure your employees. You're trying to prevent there's this attack called, which is human hacking, social engineering. Okay. So
Yeah.
when we talk about information security, like Paula said, we want to ensure confidentiality of the information is stored here, okay, as well
Yeah.
as in the digital assets. So you can say cybersecurity is part of information security, okay, and information
Okay.
security based on CIA, confidentiality, integrity, availability. You would want to you want to have access to your information whenever you want, okay. You would you
Okay.
won't like it
Yeah.
if you wake up and then you don't get access to your Gmail account. You won't like it, so it's not good for your
Exactly.
security. Yeah, so that's what information security is.
Okay. So you might want to comment on this, Ms. Kala.
Well, Misbah explained it quite very well. So, information security is something is the mother field, and cybersecurity is kind of the sub part of it.
Oh,
Cybersecurity specific is specific to the digitized assets and protection of the digitized information. Whereas information security is basically the whole of it, the information that's available on the in the form of hard copy, the information that the employees have. So information security is like the whole of it.
okay, now so I'm getting more interested in this. So, like, जो मेरा computer है, उसमें जैसे files and store है. It's not on the internet right now, right? So, the it can also be attacked.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because your system is connected to some internet, and there can be ways that somebody can access your system. So that's how it is at risk as well.
Okay. So
Many
our section two.
virus there.
So section 2 is about cybersecurity in Pakistan, and the first question is why one should go for BS in cybersecurity. Miss Misbah.
Yeah, so it's like I won't go. I could have like million answers to this question, but I think the primary one would be if you are interested in this field, then go for BS in cybersecurity. Do your research, okay, learn about it, and if this fascinates you, then opt for it. But some secondary, you can say some secondary options would be like it is the most demanded among the most demanded fields in the world right now. There is so much requirement because as you develop, as you go more digital, there is more requirement for security. So there's so much requirement, so much scope in the industry right now, and then it has so many different domains, and you can't get bored of it. It's not like development. After 5 years, you'll be like, I'm still a developer. But in security, every day there is a new vulnerability, and you should be so much good at research. So it's a panic in at the disco, you can say. So yeah,
Nice.
interesting. It's very interesting. So do your research, and if it fascinates you, go for it. Why not?
Okay, Miss Khala Karim.
Actually, I'll second Misbah on this. Yes, you should go for it only if you're interested in cybersecurity, if you're interested in computer science, if you're interested in breaking into systems, or if you're interested in protecting systems to be broken into. And as Ms. West said, it has very diverse fields, very diverse domains within it. So it's not only about hacking, it is not only about network security, it is not only about forensics. So when you get into information security or cyber security, as you say, you can move from one domain to another because all of them are interlinked. And if you're working in specific part of cyber security, you can get chance to move into the other part as well. And it's a continuous learning cycle, and it's a good learning cycle. So if you are somebody who cannot stay in a field which is stagnant, or somebody who wants to learn or wants to keep learning, it is definitely a good field to get in.
Okay, so question 2 is what will one study during a cybersecurity degree plan? So
The curriculum, I don't know about the university curriculum, but I think
it hasn't been announced yet, so feel
yeah, but
free.
what would make it more interesting? I think it would be a blend of some basic software, software development concepts. Okay, there should be a networking system, all the basic level information there. There should be courses about that, and then you can start developing the course outline, like network security, software security, and database security, information security management, forensics, all right, and stuff like that. There are so many fields you can incorporate, like there are so many fields in security, so you can obviously pick. We in our masters we didn't have something like SOC, which is I think very much important, so there should be some information about it as well. Security operations centers, how security is being monitored, so I think it would make a really cool outline.
Okay, so Ms. Khawla.
Yeah, definitely. Curriculum is something that the universities decide, but since cybersecurity is from something that is computer science, so they'll actually definitely learn about the basics of computer science, which includes operating system, basic object-oriented programming, and the basics of database and the basics of data structures. Other than that, they'll be learning definitely about distributed systems, information security की आपकी policies कैसे बनती हैं. So it's been because there are different masters program for cybersecurity already there. So they are being taught information security as for policies, information security audit, information system audit, and then cryptography and ethical hacking, forensics, different things. Yes, security operations center is not being taught for now. I've not seen it being taught in any of the master's program here, but that's something that should be a part of it, because universities are teaching everything, network security, application security, coding, and everything, but security operations center. So security operations center should be part of it, and but for now it's not.
So, Ms. Khawla, you talked about the programming as well, right? So,
Yes.
is there a lot of programming in cybersecurity?
Well, as we've been saying, that cybersecurity has different domains, right? So there's this part of application security where you need to know programming to understand basically what application is doing, and then you can go ahead with protecting it, or defining policies for protecting it, or finding out ways which can be finding out actually vulnerabilities regarding the application. So if you do not know the loopholes in the application, or if you do not know how the application
Exactly.
is designed, you cannot excel into it. You can get into it, but you cannot
Yeah.
excel into it. So that's something you need to know.
Okay, that clears a picture in my mind. Thank you. And then the question number 3 is, what other than curriculum is required to excel in this field? Ms. Misbah?
Yeah, so I think good research skills are required. If you also it depends what you want to secure. Like Paula said, if you want to secure applications, you need to have some sort of programming skills. You can't secure an application without knowing how an application is developed. You can't secure the code if you can't understand it. Okay.
Exactly.
So you need to know that, and if you want to secure your network or your system, you need to know how network protocols work. What are different network protocols?
Exactly, yeah.
Right. So you first decide what you want to learn. Then you first get the basic concept of that thing, and then move towards securing that particular area.
Yeah.
That's how we have worked, I think. And Google is the first you should
Yes.
be doing. Yeah.
Exactly. So, Ms. Khawla?
Yeah. Other than curriculum, somebody who is actually interested into it, your interest actually counts for what you're learning. So if you're interested into it, you'll research about it. You'll find different ways to learn this. So with information security or cyber security, we have been lucky, because there have been different mentors, there have been different platforms available out there where you can actually learn it on your own. So if it is about hacking or vulnerabilities or something around applications, you can go for WebSuits Academy. You can go for the cyber mentors. There's this cyber mentor who is actually making different courses regarding
Yes.
ethical hacking, practical ethical hacking, and different stuff like that. So there are a lot of resources available. There are a lot of communities available who are actually guiding for every specific domain of cybersecurity. So there are mentors, there are stuff resources available. If you're interested, you need to go out and learn it on your own, because we have seen this, maybe
Okay.
you all would agree with me on this, that universities or the curriculum is never always sufficient to study something that you need to be to get all the knowledge that you need for being in an industry. So we it has been talked a lot of times about that there's a huge gap between the industry and what's been taught. Education
Yes.
and industry has a huge gap.
Exactly.
So to cover all that, you need to go out, you need to learn on your own. There are a lot of resources available, so we can even give you links for those resources, and if you're interested, you should actually go out and learn on your own as well.
Okay. Yeah, I totally second you. I totally agree with you. So the question four is the students from non-technical background, like non like pre-medical or something, can also join this program.
I won't say that this particular group can or cannot do this or join this program. Why? Because if it's something that interests you, you will work hard for it. Nothing is impossible. But yeah, if you have computer science background or if you have pre-engineering background, it would be much easier for you to understand the cybersecurity courses. But if you haven't ever studied computer science, you will first need to understand computer science, learn about computer science, and then go move towards securing it. So it will be double the effort, but if you want to, why not?
Okay,
Right?
Miss Kola, what do you say? Yes, you're right.
Actually, actually, there's just something interesting about this. I have seen somebody who was from pre-medicals background, and he
Oh,
has excelled in the information security field, and he is a well-known information security professional out there, and is internationally known for his work. Somebody who knows computer, somebody who likes to use computers, somebody who likes to work on computer or work for computer or work about computer. I guess it's the field for some anybody who likes computer, actually, who likes to learn about computer, who likes to work on computer. I mean, about computer or computer science, something around that. So if you're coming from arts background, if you're coming from pre-medicals background, if you're coming from pre-engineering background, unless you know and you have the understanding how that machine works, you can learn about the ways how you can hack into it, what can be the possible vulnerabilities relevant to it, and how you can secure it. So that's it is all about.
so to sum up, it's about interest and your hard work,
Yeah.
right?
Definitely.
So the next question is, what are the job options after doing BS in cybersecurity?
Many options. If you talk about Pakistan, so many options. Even outside Pakistan, so many options. We have different domains in cybersecurity, like we keep on saying. So let me just break it down for you. We have application security, we have database security, we have security operations center where you just monitor security. Then we have incident response, we have forensics. It kind of overlaps, but there's a difference in both of these. Then we have infrastructure or system security, we have network security, and I think the most important, governance, risk, and compliance. जिसको बहुत कम तवज्जो मिलती है, but it's very important. Why? Let me mention it here. Why? Because it's basically is responsible for maintaining, implementing, and controlling how security is going to be implemented in the organization. So it's a very, very nice field. If you want to become CISO, Chief Information Security Officer, you must opt for this part. My CISO told me that, so I'm telling all of you. So
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, if I've missed anything, I think Paula will cover. I know.
Sure.
Definitely. So, when we're talking about cybersecurity, we all know how rapidly the world is digitizing, right? And how huge is the need to protect it. So, with the increase of digitization, there's a huge market or there's a huge requirement for cybersecurity professionals out there. So, yes, we have different fields, and somebody who is more interested into documentations and learning and writing down procedures can get into GRC. Somebody who has efficient knowledge of networks can get into network security. Somebody who's good with systems can get into infrastructure security, or can get into the secure infrastructure designs and everything. So that's the domains, as Misbah has explained. There are a lot of domains. There is a huge requirement because of digitization. So it is right now the booming field, I would say.
Oh, okay. So the next question was about the major domains. So if you want to add something more on the domains.
Yeah, I think I missed IoT. Yeah, and cloud security, data security. We like when Paula was speaking, I was like, oh, I missed this. So we have
Okay.
these three more. Then if we develop, AI based something, there will be AI security. Anything new comes up, there will be security associated with it. So
Exactly.
There's one more thing that's going on recently. It is RPA, robotic process automation. So we are basically going towards automation of the regular procedures.
Yes.
So with that, a need of security has come up, a new need of security. So we need to work on RPA security as well. So that's all about it.
Okay. So now, what is the field saturation of cybersecurity in Pakistan, especially?
there's no saturation. Actually, there is a gap. There's so many jobs and so less people in security. So I think for next 2 to 3 years, not only in Pakistan but everywhere in the world, there will be a huge requirement for security analysts and security professionals. And I think now people know this, and they are getting more involved in cybersecurity. And I think that's why Dawood has come up with this awesome initiative of
Yeah.
bachelor's in cybersecurity, because it was much needed. I haven't seen
Right.
any university offering
Yeah.
this,
No.
right? Yeah,
Exactly.
so it's really
Exactly.
cool.
No. Not in
Yeah.
not in Karachi, I guess, as far as
Yeah.
I know. Okay. So Miss Khawla Kareem.
So yes, as Misbah has said, and definitely that's the scenario right now in the industry. We have positions open, 6 different positions open for application security, and then we are searching for resources who will work for those positions. So there are 2 people in 6 positions. So there is actually a huge gap. So yes, it is
Right.
something that will not saturate so soon.
Oh, so it's a good field to choose. So section 3, finally the future of cybersecurity. So what is the future of cybersecurity in Pakistan, and what revolution will we see in cybersecurity in coming years?
Yeah, so Pakistan has a really nice future for cybersecurity. They have recently, like we have recently come up with our own national cybersecurity policy. So
And
for like past, you can say in 2016, yeah. So it was more like only banks needed security analysts, they needed security. Now healthcare, military organization, government organizations, even education sectors, educational institutes, they are hiring
right, yeah,
security.
of
So there
course,
will be a lot of opportunities. And what the future looks like, we will have more automation, like Kala said. We will have tools based on AI that we were talking about,
yeah,
which will, what those tools will do, they will automate the detection and security detection and prevention process. We will have IoT because it's really cloud security and data security. Now, digitalization, Pakistan is going digital. There are so many advanced technologies being developed. I can't even name here, but all the giant banks, they are developing something really interesting for everyone. So there's the security is needed there. So huge opportunities, huge scope, and very nice future.
Great. So, Ms. Khola.
Well, all of us must have heard about the term Digital Pakistan. So, Ministry of IT and Telecom is working on Digital Pakistan in collaboration with Ignite. Ignite is an institute that's working with Ministry of IT and Telecom for digitization of Pakistan. And as things are moving towards, as we discussed, as things are moving towards digitization, need of security is increasing, and for the same they have come up with a new cybersecurity policy, which is a national policy. They are actually working on data security policy. Data security policy was very talked for the last few years, and data security has been a very sensitive topic because data is something, it in the future or now it's war of data, right? So
Exactly.
you don't see anything any other way. The state wars, there have been actually state wars about data. So people, states are attacking the other state on the basis of data. So that's data security is something that the ministry is working on as well. uh, that's something that government is doing, and other than that the private sectors, people have become aware about the part that security is needed for information, or cyber security is something which is a need now, which is not a luxury. Because in
Oh,
past few years it was considered something as luxury or liability, but now it is people are understanding the fact that it is a requirement rather a luxury.
it's a
So
necessity.
yes, it's a necessity.
Exactly. Okay, so now what advice would you like to give the students who would like to pursue this field?
Yeah, I would like them to research more, and like, I have my eye on this comment, and I just can't seem
Yeah.
to skip it. That should we go for certifications like OSCP, or should we do masters in cybersecurity? Don't go for, like, just jump into masters or jump into certifications. You will get exhausted. Research, YouTube. Don't go anywhere else. YouTube, there's so many good material on YouTube that I have
Yes.
spent, like, watching YouTube for start, like, in the start of my career. I only used to watch YouTube and learn from it. So research on this, different domains that we have talked about, and just see what excites you, and always give your 100% to whatever you are doing, whether it's cybersecurity, whether it's something else. Give your 100%. You will flourish. Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
Ms. Khola?
Well, not going specific to the domain, but something. If you want to achieve something, keep your focus on it, and do not lose your focus in the daily life. If you know that you want to achieve something, keep focusing on it, and through the days, you will definitely get there. You will eventually be there where you want to be. That's it.
Okay, so as you mentioned that there's a lot of YouTube material out there that we can have access to. So I have heard about the Udemy and Cisco. Are there the good approaches to learn cybersecurity?
Yeah, definitely. What's the max that would happen in 4 hours? Let's say you take a course, and in 4 hours it turns out you didn't learn much, but you did learn something. All right. So nothing is a waste, and you will obviously use that information. I think that whatever you learn, you will always end up using it. So Udemy is really good. Plural site I find
Yeah.
better. It's really good. I did one of my certification just only studying from the Plural site. Yeah, so it's really nice.
I'll
I'm
take a note.
Yeah, it's good. Udemy is good, and then I just Google and read some articles, and I just do that. LinkedIn has some really cool courses going
Exactly.
along with
Uh,
Do you have any
uh,
suggestions? Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so
most of the people do know about LinkedIn. So there's this part of LinkedIn where they have different courses that you can learn. Other than that, reading is always good. So you can go for Medium blog post, or you can. Well, I want to add something here. You can go on Twitter. You'll find a lot of resources on Twitter. You will find a lot of people out on Twitter who are discussing cybersecurity, or who are training about cybersecurity and exchanging information on cybersecurity. So you need to find the correct community where you can get into. You need to find the correct people who can mentor you, or probably you need to find the correct resources to learn about.
definitely.
And as the comment says about certification, so certification does count. I would not say that certification does not count. Certification does count at some point in your career, because for the starting you need to know the basics of it, and then when you are in the industry, when you want to move and when you want to excel, well, that goes for every career path or for every industry, that when you want to move ahead, you need to do certain extra things that include certifications for excelling in your field.
Exactly. First, what we because in our industry, I think certifications are more like assuring the world that we have certain level of expertise. So you can only have certain level of expertise when you have spent certain level of time, developing those skills. So first,
Exactly.
I think first spend some time on learning about what is the content that OSCP offers. What is how can we get the free stuff going on, and then move towards the big giant certifications like OSCP. I think that what's that e-learning.
E-learn.
Yeah, it
E-learn.
has some really nice, you can say, hacking courses, penetration testing courses. Go for those. They are also very economical. Not very, but as compared to
There's a
OSCP,
lot
it's
of
very
examples.
economical,
Exactly.
right? Go for those. Yeah, and the sources we mentioned, study that. And then when you are 100% sure that, yeah, you can do it, give it a try. Give OSCP, give CISSP. You can't give CISSP unless you have 5 years of experience.
Definitely. So you're planning to give CISSP? You're done
Yeah,
with 5 years of
let's
experience?
see. Let's see. I have some I have some other things to first take care of, but yeah, it's on the roadmap. We have to, right? Otherwise nobody will accept our job applications.
Definitely.
Yeah.
okay, I'm sorry for the
Okay.
problem, the glitch. So let's take some comment section questions.
Sure, sure.
Okay, so there is a question: should we go for a certificate like, or should do master in cybersecurity? So what is
Well,
better?
yeah, nothing is better or worse. Like I said before, in masters you will get introduction of different domains. Okay, same it will happen for the bachelors. You will get flavors of different domains. OSCP is something, certification like OSCP is like you are expert. You're expert in your ethical hacking, in your hacking skills. You're expert in that. So first I would say, if you are a beginner, if you are just entering this field, and you are done with your bachelor's, first I think I won't ask you to go for master's or OSCP. I would ask you to just do your research, get online courses, and then yeah, go for OSCP, go for master's, up to you. It doesn't make any difference.
Well, if few people doesn't know what OSCP is. It is Offensive Security Certified Professional. So OSCP is specific to penetration testing in that part, whereas masters in cybersecurity, as Misbah said, will give you different flavors. It will tell you about what different domains are available out there. So it is definitely your choice. There's no preference. Both of them will get you at different places. Both of them will give you different exposure. But it is good to do both. It is definitely your preference if you want to get yourself enrolled in a 2-year program and go for the complete master's program and learn the different domains, or rather you'll focus on one domain of it and work for it and excel in it. So that's about it.
Okay, and one question is about the scope. Like, what is the scope? I think we have talked about it. Do you want to add something to it?
Just that scope. I think even if there's a field like cybersecurity is something which actually has some scope, a lot of scope actually. But if that, let's say, if there's a field in which there's very little scope, I think if you are very good at it, you automatically make your scope. You automatically opens a window. It's not like the market is saturated. So work hard. Scope will automatically be in your way.
Oh, okay. So there's one question from me. So I did one. So one course I took late, like in past December or something. It was information of Internet of Things, basically. So is it any way related to this cybersecurity?
Yeah, but it's not related to cybersecurity, like I was saying, IoT security, but Internet of Things need to have security incorporated in it, and just like any other digital field. Why? Because your devices, they are connected with each other, right? So malfunction in one thing, or you can say, if there is an loophole in one, it may be an entry point for an attacker to go from one device to another device. I was reading this. I read this a long time ago, that how the hackers were controlling, the baby monitor, and they were just living next door, and they actually made the parents believe that their house was haunted.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so
God.
exactly. So they actually got into their mobile phone, and through that, they actually got into their whole system. It was connected with it. So, yeah, it's not related to security, but it needs security.
Oh, okay. So Miss Scholar, do you want to add something to it?
No, I guess Ms. B explained it quite well. So nothing more to
Okay.
add.
I think there are not much questions too. So let's end the session or what?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Sure. So it was really nice talking to you both.
Same here.
Likewise.
Okay, take care.
Thank you for having
Thank you,
us.
Bye.
everyone. Thank you,
Goodbye.
Hala. Good night. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.